right now on Fox 5 News at 5.
And when we come back for you today, they say that the numbers never lie.
Oh, and the new numbers about home sales don't paint a very pretty picture. What this means for buyers and sellers, that's next.
And your wife has a horse in this race.
Well, a gloomy outlook for the housing market is sending buyers and sellers running for cover. The National Association of Realtors saying July housing sales are down 25.5% compared to a year ago. And in some areas, well, sales are at their lowest level since 1995. With us now is Dolly Lenz, a top-selling broker in the U.S. Thanks so much for being with us, Dolly.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us, what are some of the reasons that you think the real estate market is suffering so much?
Well, a few top reasons come to mind. One is unemployment.
Right.
So people are skittish. You know, the second is a general confidence, besides unemployment, other economic issues which are making people nervous. And the third is a very tight credit market. You know, interest rates may be very, very low, but you can't get a mortgage, so I don't know what good it does you.
Right. A lot of people just can't qualify. You have to have perfect credit, I've heard. The other thing I've heard, Dolly, and I don't know how you feel about this, is that the Obama, the $8,000 tax credit, July was the first month that you could not use that.
That's
and
correct.
Perhaps some people, you know, were kind of like, well, I can't get a credit, so...
So there's no rush.
Yeah.
Right, you take out all the rush to buy. So now we'll have to be on our own to see how it shakes out.
Okay, so in a market like this, you traditionally hear when things are down, prices are down, it's a buyer's market. Is this good for buyers and sellers, bad for both? I mean, is it anybody's market right now?
You know, I think just a general lack of confidence makes it bad for everyone. So it's bad for buyers, it's bad for sellers. I think even buyers would rather pay a little more and be confident in the purchase and feel happy to go forward and feel good about everything. So I think it's not really good for anyone.
All right, so let's talk about Manhattan or this New York City area in particular, because I feel like we live in a bubble. The real estate has always been so valuable. Are we feeling the pain here? How are people trying to sell doing here?
Well, Manhattan specifically has pretty much avoided most of the pain, although I am feeling a little pushback recently, recently in the last 2 weeks, literally. So there is some pushback. We're starting to feel something. I wouldn't yet call it pain. But Brooklyn has a lot of inventory. There are a lot of areas just outside Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island City, have a lot of inventory, and there I think we'll really feel it.
Okay, give me the comparison, new construction compared to existing.
Well, new construction, for example, Brooklyn has one building after another that was just built.
Right.
And every one of those buildings, for the most part, is fairly empty or is rented out in hopes of finding a purchaser at some point. So all those buildings are going to have to make a decision. Am I going to drop my price? Or am I going to rent it out and wait longer, or what am I going to do? So it really depends on how they shake it out.
Okay, and so, I mean, what do you say to people when we were just talking about the interest rates? They're so low, but you can't qualify. I mean, do you...
You say to people, try to get your down payment up higher. Maybe that will help you qualify. See if some family member will help you. See if you can get some seller financing. Sometimes you can get seller financing. So there are other ways around it, but it becomes a difficult game versus an easy thing. And we need it to be easy to buoy the market.
And, you know, finally, also, you know, this real estate was the market that you could get rich in. Are those days over, getting rich in real estate?
No, I don't think they're over. Look, if you looked at Forbes 400, I mean, a great majority of the people there became wealthy from real estate in some fashion or another. So, no, I don't believe that's the case. I do believe you have to be much more cautious and you have to be much more forward-thinking than you ever had to. And it's not going to be instant.
And you're not going to be flipping homes anymore.
No instant gratification here. No, It's going to be hard work and it's going to be watching the ball.
All right, Dolly Lenz, thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Ernie.